This week on Secrets, Crimes and Audiotape. Thrills, chills, frills. We asked, you answered. It's our end of Season 1 spectacular. Take it away, theme music. From Wondery, this is Secrets, Crimes and Audiotape. I'm your host, David Rheinstrom. What's your secret? My secret is that by listening to this show for an entire season, each one of you owes me like 30 cents. Hey, so welcome. I am proud to celebrate the first season of Secrets, Crimes, and Audiotape with you. I'm grateful that you've chosen to spend time with us. Stay tuned to the end of the show for some details about a secret giveaway. We've been through a lot together, you and me. We've been witness to murders, of an old woman in Upper West Blues, of a schoolgirl in Wait, Wait, Don't Kill Me, of a reporter in Severed Threads, and of a president in Air Force One. We've laughed, we've cried, we've been mightily freaked out. Now, I've been asking you over the last few weeks to tell us what you liked about our first season. Your feedback was helpful and clarifying, and it'll go a long way towards shaping the show for next season. What we're going to do today is go through some of your favorite moments in Season 1. I'll answer your questions and then tearfully say goodbye until Season 2 rolls around. If you haven't heard any of Season 1, like if this is legitimately your first exposure to the podcast, what's up? I'm David, we play audio dramas here. But yeah, if you haven't heard any of Season 1, consider this episode like a sampler tray. You can see what the rest of the audience dug in Season 1, go back and listen to the 11 different stories we put out this season, and decide which ones are your favorites. And like most of you, if you have heard Season 1 already, this episode will remind you of your most beloved moments from the season, and maybe induce you to go back and listen again. We're gonna do this countdown style, which is fun because I've never hosted one of those. Alright, top show number 6 from Season 1. Love Contract. This dark comedy is based on a very common policy in some businesses that prohibits or at least discourages romantic relationships in the workplace. They do tend to get tricky sometimes. And of course there are sexual harassment issues that they certainly want to avoid. I'm not an HR person, I don't really know how these things work. I'd ask Liz and Larry over at I Hate My Boss, another fine Wondery podcast. I would really like to hear what they would have to say about this. It takes this idea of a love contract and runs with it way out to the end of the pier. You wrote, suspenseful in such a strangely satisfying way. Funny and very good, even though it was a bit over the top, smiley face emoticon. Hilarious. I shared it with my husband after I had listened to it. This episode stars Jane Kasmerick and Jocelyn Town. Let's take a listen to one of your favorite moments.
Laura, come in. Sit down.
Thank you.
How are you?
Better.
We're very sorry. We all are.
Yes, thank you.
Did you receive the complimentary flowers?
Yes.
How was the funeral?
Small.
Just a few relatives?
I wish Derek could have been there.
Well, yes, but obviously that's impossible.
Why? Stephen's dead now. It doesn't matter.
Stephen?
My son.
Oh, yes.
He was 9 months old.
Stephen, that's right. Well, yes. This is actually it, Laura. You see, we are simply desperate to bring back Derek from Caracas.
To the main office?
Yes.
Oh.
We think that the company would benefit from his experience.
Yes.
And you would appreciate him as a colleague again, wouldn't you?
Yes.
You two always worked well together.
Yes.
But we have a problem, which is this. We have to be seen to be consistent. And as long as your and Derek's son is alive, there exists a sexual bond between you, which complicates and jeopardizes the work environment.
I told you, my son's dead now.
So you say. But the thing is, we only know this because you have told us, which isn't really enough for our lawyers. We require proof.
I'll bring in the death certificate tomorrow.
Thank you. That's very kind, Laura, but I'm afraid legally, because we have to have consistent policy internationally, and some countries' certificates of death are less reliable than others, I'm sure you can imagine. I'm afraid legally, that isn't enough. We require the actual body.
The body?
Yes. So our scientists can check it's the right child. Check that it is indeed deceased. Match its DNA against you and Derek.
You've got my DNA?
Oh, yes. All this is just a legal requirement, really.
I buried him. He's in the ground.
Yes, I'm sorry. No one was available to deal with this over the weekend. Is there anything you can do to help us out?
You want me to dig him up?
I'm sure you wouldn't have to do it yourself.
I can't do that.
Because we really need Derek back, and we think you do too. To assist with sales, obviously.
Yes.
You monsters! That was your favorite part? Like, seriously, a bunch of you said that was your favorite part of this piece? Wow, I'm not sure we can be friends anymore. One of you wrote, "Jeezy Creasy, this was nuts." I agree. You wrote, "I loved the hyperbolic humor in this." Yeah, the over-top absurdity really kicks into high gear there. You also said, "I love that it started off slow and got bananas." Yo, bananas is definitely the best descriptor here. Jane Kasmerick was brilliant in this, one of you said, and we agree. There's a kind of terrifying iciness to these proceedings, isn't there? I believe the word I used when this first aired was Kafkaesque, absurd, spooky, satirical. Have you ever had a secret office romance? How did it turn out? You know what to do. If you're not comfortable revealing the sweet deeds publicly, leave us a voicemail at gagbag5711. That's 424-224-5711. A lot of you cited the ending to this piece as your favorite part too. Let's just get a little snippet of that.
Well, I've called you in to tell you that I'm going to be promoted.
You won't be here anymore?
No. I've been moved to the next floor.
Congratulations!
Thank you. And the company has decided that with your experience, Laura, and the commitment you have shown, you would be the preferred replacement.
Really?
Yes. So, we wondered if you would accept the position.
Would you like me to make a decision now?
Yes, please. It would mean an increase in pay.
Good.
And in return, you would be expected to maintain the highest standard of professionalism, to deal with all aspects of management, and to lead this department according to directives from the company without bias, prejudice, or any inappropriate feeling.
I would do everything you do?
Exactly the same. It would require long hours, sacrifice, and real commitment, but the rewards are evident, and the prospects are excellent. So, do you accept the position? Laura? Do you accept the position? Laura? Are you all right?
Yes, I accept.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You will start next month. Would you like to take this opportunity to talk to me about anything else?
No, thank you.
Well, that's all then. Thank you. Congratulations again, Laura. This is the start of a new life. You'll never look back.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Chilling. I'd love to know your guesses on why Laura makes the choices she makes. Go back, listen to the whole piece, and let us know. Opening the mailbag. I asked all of you a few weeks ago what your favorite places to listen to podcasts were, and one of you said you listened while you made leather goods in your studio. That is an excellent place to do it. I hope you give it your all. That was a leatherworking joke, ladies and germs. Thank you, I'll be here all evening. But yeah, thank you, Wild Moon Goods of Edmond, Oklahoma, outside of glorious Oklahoma City. My friend Todd's from there. His dad used to be a cop in Edmond. Season 1, top show, number 5. Wait, can I get like a music sting? Is that a thing I can get? Can we put in like a fanfare or something? Okay, number 5. Ah, yeah! Thanks, team. Number 5, Upper West Blues by Marcy Cahan. There was a lot of love for this piece. A sultry mystery with a slinky and clever detective. Some of you love the direct address, the classic film noir style. But most of all, you love the reveal of Louis, our detective hero.
You probably figured it out by now, but just in case you were otherwise engaged, the name's Louis. I'm black, handsome, sleek. I have 4 paws and a tail. I like tuna fish, central heating, and a clean sandbox. But this ain't one of your cute kitty cat mysteries. So all you dog lovers, you can switch off now, or you can give an honest, hard-working cat a break. Now you heard what Detective Miller said.
Who let that damn cat in here?
Imagine being the brightest private investigator on the block. Then imagine being treated with the kind of contempt usually reserved for some inbred Burmese blue. Enough self-pity. Back to our corpse.
Yes, our hero is a handsome and sleek kitty detective. Needs to be a spin-off, one of you wrote in. If there were more adventures with Louis, I would definitely listen. Yes, I love Louis, and as Marcy said in our interview, a cat works so perfectly as a detective, because there's scarcely anywhere he can't go. A cat on the docks, a cat on the rooftops, a cat in the governor's office? Sure, yeah! This thing goes all the way to the top, and there isn't a dog alive who can stop him. This is another segment that y'all especially liked.
You cat! Come here, cat!
Uh-oh.
Come here, you damn cat!
I looked for George. He was still out cold.
Too many damn cats in the world.
I clambered over George and leapt onto a glass shelf cluttered with Fabergé eggs. This did not endear me to Boris.
Time for you to say bye-bye, Upper West Side.
He had me by the throat. Then he turned, and I saw the open window.
Bye-bye, life.
What happens to our boy Louis after he falls? Oh snap, you're just gonna have to listen to find out, ain't you? Spoiler alert, he does not die. He is the hero. We're not gonna kill your cat, hero. And our boy Louis still has 8 lives left. Jeez. Quote, 1000% something I would have loved as a kid, you said. Oh, sweet heckin' yeah. If you like cat mysteries, you might like Lillian Jackson Braun's The Cat Who mysteries, beginning with The Cat Who Could Read Backwards from 1966. What are your favorite mysteries? What would you want to see us adapt? Bet we could do it. Hit us up on that internet, Sacred Keepers. We're at Secrets Crimes on Twitter. Season 1 Top Show, number 4. Sight Unseen, created by Lance Roger Axt, Bill Dufresne, and Natalie Fadak. Now a full-fledged spin-off of Secrets, Crimes, and Audiotape. They grow up so fast. This show is a supernatural teen adventure. Amanda Houston is a successful amateur surfer and model who develops mysterious mental powers after a car accident kills 2 of her friends and leaves her blind. Many of you cited the moment that Amanda discovers her blindness as an especially compelling part of the series.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Mom? Dad? Okay. Okay, I'm in a hospital. I'm in a hospital. Oh, my God, the car. Oh, ow. Oh, God, Dad's gonna kill me. Kristen, what happened to Carly? It's pitch black in here. What the hell? Okay, I gotta get out of here. Ow! Ow! Oh, I don't want to drag this thing behind me. Ow! Ow! Where is the window? Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. Nothing. Where's the light switch? Where's the... Ow! Oh, God! Oh, where is the light switch? God damn it! Where is... okay, got it. I can't see!
Amanda?
I can't see anything! I can't see anything! Where's
Natalie, I need some help in here!
Dad? Where are they?
Now we're just gonna
Get
get you
away
back
from
into...
me!
A number of you mentioned how interesting it was that we used audio fiction to tell this story from a blind woman's perspective. That's one of the things I love about this medium, is how it allows you to be subjective like that. Whose mind would you want to live inside? How would you like to experience the world? As Amanda's powers develop, she makes new friends. One of them she encounters like this.
That's it. I'm blind and I'm going insane.
Insane? No, that would be far too simple.
Who said that?
I did. And I am here to help.
That would be the mysterious Joseph. He keeps popping up at the most opportune moments. To help Amanda? To mislead her? We are not quite sure. There's more Sight Unseen in your future, but only if you subscribe to the Sight Unseen podcast itself. Pop that title into your very favorite podcast player and subscribe today. More of the countdown and your top 3 favorite shows of the season after this. This is the Secrets, Crimes and Audiotape Season 1 Spectacular, and we are working our way through your survey results, learning what you liked about our offerings for Season 1. You loved our mysteries. You generally liked the episode length. Some of you would prefer that the interviews be standalone episodes. Pretty much all of you demanded more episodes all the time so you could binge. And you like my dumb secrets. Oh, thank God. You should hear the ones we don't include. Every time I start a new episode wraparound script, I try to come up with as many as I can. And y'all, some of them are, well, look, you gotta break a couple eggs to make an omelet. My secret is, all of those secrets are true. But yeah, for real, I'm so glad you liked that part. Thank you. Okay, continuing on. Season 1, Top Show number 3. Severed Threads. The first of 2 magnificent John Dryden pieces we ran this season, Severed Threads tells the story of 3 lives in 3 different times and 3 different locations. A lot of you said you enjoyed the slow pleasure of putting this piece together as you listened, of assembling all the puzzle pieces and realizing how each of the characters was connected to the others. You loved it when you started to understand the link between characters, the multiple perspectives. Very compelling, one of you yelled, in all caps. Let's take a listen to one of your favorite bits from it.
Why have you never told me what happened to Dad?
Ben, I did tell you. Why do you keep bringing this up?
But he was murdered. Was it because you discovered children were working in the factory?
What?
Well, wasn't it?
No, Ben, it was nothing like that.
How do you know?
The police report said it was a burglary. Thieves broke into his room. He was unlucky enough to be in. He confronted them. He was like that. He tried to stop them. Your dad was a very brave man.
And he fell out the window.
Who told you that?
He did, didn't he?
Yes.
Did he fall, or was he pushed?
I don't know, Ben. That was what the police said.
But they never caught anyone, did they?
No.
So they can say anything they want?
God, Ben! You're just like your father.
What was it the Dad discovered? What happened to him?
I don't know. We'll never know exactly what happened, and I know this isn't easy. It wasn't easy for me. It isn't easy for you. It all happened so far away, and so much time has passed.
You never told me about the window. You told me he was ill.
It's not something you tell your 6-year-old child, Ben. I didn't want you to be frightened. I didn't want you to wonder what had happened.
But you did make me wonder. Didn't you think I would find out?
I thought I'd wait until you were ready.
But you never even talk about him.
Incredibly immersive storytelling, you said. Yes, exactly. What I love about John Dryden's work is how immersive it is. If you look up clips of his productions on YouTube, you'll see the way he operates. Dryden's secret weapon is that he records on location. A lot of us in audio fiction came up in the studio world. I got started at my college radio station, KWUR 90.3 FM Clayton, Missouri, but Dryden goes out into the world with a boom mic and follows his actors around. It is the coolest thing, and a lot of my favorite audio dramatists do something similar. My pal Fred, a producer behind The Dark Tome, Radio Drama Revival, and The Cleansed, all fine members of the Wondery family, loves to record on location. And that's not a knock on studio stuff. I think they both accomplish different things, and both approaches can be super successful. Lindsey Graham, creator of Terms, also a Wondery show, plug, has a studio approach, and I think his work sounds gorgeous. Season 1 Top Show number 2. Wait, Wait, Don't Kill Me, an incisive musical satire of true crime and its excesses, with a book by Dave Holstein and music and lyrics by Alan Schmuckler. This show was so much fun, and I'm glad you thought so too. These songs really got stuck in your head. One of you is thinking of working up a cover of one of the songs for an open mic night. If this gets recorded, please, oh please let us see it. Please make more musicals, one of you said. Now, for my money, I love the direction that Dave and Alan took with Online Correspondence Chimp, the ostensible sponsor of the podcast. I still find myself humming this jingle. Let's take a listen.
Online Correspondence Chimp. Online Correspondence Chimp. Don't be a dummy, don't be a wimp. Use Online Correspondence Chimp.
Online Correspondence Chimp.
Doop-doo-ba, dooba-dooba.
Online Correspondence Chimp.
Doop-doo-ba, dooba-dooba.
Don't be a cheapskate trying to skip.
Spring for Online Correspondence Chimp.
We make online correspondence better with each online correspondence letter.
For each online correspondence getter.
Better emails, better lives.
And delivering high fives.
Online Correspondence Chimp. Online Correspondence Chimp. Take your dimes and nickels, save them and scrimp, and get Online Correspondence Chimp.
Online Correspondence Chimp. Online Correspondence
Chimp.
Chimp, Charlie. We talked about this. Chimp.
Chimp. What I love especially about that is the build-out of that gag. That little throwaway joke from the original Serial podcast becomes this load-bearing plot element of the show, making it into this improbable speech impediment for Charlie, Sarah's fictitious boyfriend.
Hey, honey bear, where you been all night? It's late.
Nowhere, Charlie. Just went to the convenience store to grab some ramen for dinner.
Did you remember to get the ketos I asked for?
What?
Did you get the ketos from the convenience store?
Cheetos. It's Cheetos from the You're doing it again, Charlie. Did you call that speech therapist I told you about?
I'll call tomorrow.
It's always tomorrow.
Well, I'm busy. I'm working very hard.
With what? You're unemployed.
I know you don't believe in me, Sarah, but this internet startup idea is going to be huge. I'm going to make email better.
Yeah, you always say that.
You'll see. I'll make email better than it's ever been before. Email's going to be so great when I'm done with this. Are you okay? You don't look so well. Your hands are shaking.
It's nothing. I'm not feeling well.
Do you want to talk about it? I baked some warm cocklet kip cookies.
There are a lot of earworms in the show, but I'm a big fan of the song that the ensemble sings at prom. A lot of you mentioned that one as well. Let's take a listen.
Ardon had a crown and a prom princess to boot, and he thought that she was cute, but something wasn't okay.
10 seconds later, I ditched the prom princess. I walked right up to Haymon Lee and called out clear as day. I don't want to dance with anyone else but you, dear. I don't want to dance with anyone else but you. You could take a chance with anyone else, it's true, dear. But ain't nobody else gonna be anywhere near as true to you. Ooh,
You know, it's kind of hard to pull clips for this one, actually, because when we asked for favorite moments, this is what some of you said. All the songs, the entire thing, basically. All the music, each and every song. Yeah, there's a reason this baby won a Webby for Best Original Music Score. Thank you. You loved hearing Ira Glass feed obscure meats to his dog, Piney.
Sit. Stay. Good girl, Piney. Here, have some sea otter. God, that's expensive. Did you know Piney has to eat a new kind of meat each week or she dies?
Is that true?
Yes. And you'd know that if you listen to This American Life, episode 480, about how fucking insane I am!
If you call the police, Charlie will pull all funding for Serial. You turn me in, and there is no show.
Oh, but the show's a hit now! We're getting more sponsors every day. We don't need online correspondence chimp anymore. We have Trunk Club and Wix and a website that only sells yeast. And that means two things, Sarah. One, I can afford all kinds of crazy meats now. Dolphin, monkey, platypi. And two, you're going down, Koenig. Come on, Piney. Let's go eat multiple platypi.
Y'all, that is one of the few things about this story that is straight non-fiction. He, for real, has a dog that only eats kangaroo. Episode 480 of This American Life, Sacrifice. We just took it a little bit further. And it wouldn't be a grisly satire of true crime if we didn't have a grisly killing. Many of you cited this part as one of your favorites.
I've made a decision, Charlie. It's going to change everything for us. That girl I saw at the convenience store, the one who's dating the prom king.
Tell him, Sarah.
Think of the headlines, Sarah. Think of your future, Sarah.
She's going to die in the most salacious way possible. And could I really do it? And could I take a life? She might yet run. I've got no gun or rope or axe or knife. I guess I'm not a person who gets what she deserves. Oh well, a swig of brandy, that'll help to calm my nerves. Oh God, what do I do? What do I do? I've never killed anything before.
You bit that cat's throat as a teenager.
It tried to lick me.
I bet you all the papers will be quoting you. Oh, can't you hear the clamor for your time?
They'll gather round to hear Reporter of the Year, the one who drew attention to the crime.
Oh, this is how the world works, Sarah. Someone has to score. Someone gets, but someone else gets more.
And what for?
Exactly, aren't you deserving, Sarah? You should take your fill. This is America, God bless America. What do we do? Kill for America.
I love America.
What are you gonna do, Sarah?
Murder most foul? Possibly. All will be revealed if you pop back through the archive and listen to the whole thing one more time. And finally, the #1 super special most favoritist show from the entire season was, drumroll please, The Handmaid's Tale. Directed by John Dryden, starring Marsha Dietland as Offred, this was far and away your most favorite piece that we ran this year. Man, did you have a lot of stuff to say about this one. Some of you stayed away because it felt a little too real with this year's political upheaval and persistent misogyny, but the rest of you dove in like things possessed. I get it, Secret Keepers, I do. I've been deep in the Handmaid's Tale weeds since last summer, and I've been unable to stop thinking about the book, this adaptation, the TV series. A few of you were even moved to read the book after hearing our adaptation. I would love to know how the two experiences compare for you. Really loved this adaptation, you said. Love, 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 said someone else. Man, did you time this well. I don't think any of us could have anticipated the resonance this story would have this year. In fact, few things we ran this year were as toe-curlingly, nail-bitingly tense as the opening sequence to The Handmaid's Tale. Let's take a listen.
Are we there already?
Just about. Have you got the passports there?
Right here.
Yeah, well, are you sure Daisy isn't going to wake?
Daisy? Daisy, honey. I gave her half a Mogadon. She'll be out for a bit. I love you, Luke.
We're gonna get through this, baby. You'll see.
Hi there, how you doing?
We're doing fine. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Could you turn your engine off, please? May I see your passports?
Honey?
Where are you heading, sir?
Just over to New Brunswick to see family.
How long are you going?
I don't know, just a few days, I guess.
You had a lot of luggage for a few days.
Yeah, I guess.
The child doesn't have a passport?
She's only 4. She's on my passport. There, you see? Daisy.
Oh, okay. How long have you been married?
5 years.
Has your union been blessed in the eyes of the good Lord?
Yes.
Can I see the certificate?
Honey?
Sure.
Here.
This is the old certificate. Were you married in the church?
No. No, but we've since had the marriage blessed.
Can I see the certificate, sir?
Honey, we did bring, didn't we? Or did we leave that at home?
I don't know.
Officer, I think we might have left it at home.
Okay.
No, but do we have to have it? I can assure you, we are man and wife in the eyes of the good Lord.
Well, that's okay. So I just need to ask you a few questions. You got married in the bad days, and you now have the marriage blessed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Have either of you been divorced?
No.
Both of you?
No.
No.
Was the child born before or after your blessing?
After.
Before.
After,
yeah, I
honey?
think after.
Okay, if you could just pull your car over to the side here, I just need to run a check on the computer.
Look, things were different before. You know that. You can't just change all the laws overnight.
Actually, sir, no one's changed the laws. They're in the good book for all to see. They have been for a long, long time. You just failed to observe them.
I'm trying to cooperate with you here.
Hand me the keys to your car.
Don't you feel ashamed of yourself?
Hand me the keys to your car, sir.
Just do it.
Got some assistance over here?
No.
Luke!
No, this is bad, honey. We've got to get out of here.
What's happening? It's all right, honey. Mommy's here. Where are we gonna go?
I'm not gonna let them take you away.
Look, there's nowhere for us to hide. Slow down. Baby, oh, honey, don't cry. Mommy's here. Look, I can't take this.
Just relax. You're making things worse.
It's so crazy. It's doing my mind. I can't stand it. I can't stand it, Luke!
You loved that scene for its tension, its creeping horror, and its sense of inevitability. The web of Gilead closes in on our protagonist and her family, and in that moment, there is nothing she can do to escape. Some of you said you loved the reveal of Jezebel's, the secret state-sanctioned brothel where the elites of Gilead could blow off steam, and you were compelled by what Offred discovered there.
Have you ever seen anything like it? It's like walking into the past, don't you think?
Yes. I thought this sort of thing was strictly forbidden.
Well, officially. But everyone's human after all.
What does that mean?
It means you can't cheat nature. Nature demands variety from men. It stands to reason it's part of the procreation strategy. It's nature's plan.
Who are these people?
It's only for officers and senior officials and trade delegations from overseas, of course. It stimulates trade.
No, I mean the women.
Some of them are pros. You know, working girls from the old days.
Oh, yeah.
What's your name?
I'm sorry. I don't want to waste your time. I'm taken already. Excuse me. Meet me in the washroom.
She knew?
I think maybe there's a delegation or something from Asia coming later on. Sometimes they bring in girls from other clubs to make up numbers. I don't know. Why don't you point at that girl to me and I'll go make arrangements?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Many of you found the ending of the series very intriguing, how inconclusive and mysterious it is. One of you called it enigmatic and terrifying. I couldn't agree more. Let's take a listen.
You're to go with these men.
Who are they? Where are they going to take me?
There's no point resisting.
You bastard.
Mayday.
What did you say?
Trust me. Go with these men.
What is going on? Who are these people?
I don't know. They've come to take out Fred.
They didn't call anyone. Where are you taking her? What has she done?
I have given myself over into the hands of strangers because it can't be helped.
These tapes, 30 of the type used during the latter part of the 20th century, were found in a metal box unearthed on the site of what was once the city of Bangor, in what before Gilead would have been the state of Maine. Did our narrator reach the outside world safely and build a new life for herself? We shall never know. All we do know is that she survived long enough to record her account, her handmaid's tale, and for that we should be grateful. We glimpse her for a moment on her terms only, and then she slips from our grasp and flees. As all historians know, the past is a great darkness and filled with echoes. Voices may reach us from it, but what they say to us is imbued with the obscurity of the matrix out of which they come. And try as we may, we cannot always decipher them precisely in the clearer light of our own day.
What do you think happened? Did Offred escape? Or are those tapes all that survive of her? In the world of fiction, all things are possible. Hey, thank you for making this season possible. Thank you for supporting our show, supporting our sponsors, and supporting audio fiction. Now, this isn't the very, very end of content for this season. You'll hear an interview with Marisa Smith, the playwright behind The Defenestrator, coming up soon. And then, in June, we'll be presenting a special bonus episode of The Play's the Thing here on Secrets, Crimes, and Audiotape. This one's called Top Secret, The Battle for the Pentagon Papers. This is a recording made by the fine folks at LA Theater Works, and it details the inside story behind the Pentagon Papers. How the Washington Post decided to publish classified documents leaked by a defense analyst named Daniel Ellsberg that contained U.S. government secrets about the Vietnam War. The play follows our government's relationship to the media and a citizen's right to information amid the paranoid backdrop of the Nixon White House. Truly a story for our time. So stay tuned for Top Secret, The Battle for the Pentagon Papers, directed by John Rubinstein and featuring Gregory Harrison, John Hurd, Susan Sullivan, John Vickery, Channing Chase, Beau Foxworth, James Gleason, Russell Soder, Peter Van Norden, Tom Virtue, and Jeffrey Wade. Now, here is something special. We are giving away 2 tickets to the Here Now Audio Festival in Kansas City. That is coming up real soon. That's June 8th through the 11th in Kansas City, Missouri. And we have 2 VIP tickets for 2 lucky listeners. You'll get into all festival events and parties 100% for free. Just the tickets to the convention, though. We're not giving away any plane fare or lodging. So, come on by, you residents of Kansas City, Missouri, Independence, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, Overland Park, Olathe, and Lawrence. Or, from wherever, if you want to make the trip. It's a cool festival. It's worth it. If you want to be one of those lucky VIP ticket holders, send an email to secrets@wondery.com with the subject line, Here Now. We'll be doing a drawing at 3 p.m. Pacific Time on Friday, June the 2nd. So, get those emails in with all due speed. Secrets@wondery.com, subject line, Here Now. One last time, thank you for listening to us this season. It's been a hell of a ride, and it has been my privilege to serve as your host. This has been Secrets, Crimes, and Audiotape. The theme song for our series was composed by Mark Hatley. Our editor is Sergio Enriquez. Our executive producers are Jeffrey Glazer and Hernan Lopez for Wondery. Until next time, I'm your host, David Rheinstrom. What's your secret?